Welcome back. A bizarre bomb plot foiled. A Florida man is under arrest tonight accused of trying to plant explosives in Target stores along the East Coast.
And it may have all been part of a get-rich-quick scheme. The ATF says if Mark Charles Barnett was successful, the results could have been catastrophic. Special agents say Barnett was willing to pay a confidential source $10,000 to plant 10 booby-trap boxes of cereal, pasta, and breakfast bars inside Target stores all along the East Coast, from New York all the way down to Florida. When someone grabbed one, this was the plan. They were designed to explode. Barnett's goal was apparently to make Target's stock price plummet so he could buy cheap and then make money when it rebounded.
We just wanted to make sure that we brought this under control and got this person apprehended and off the street.
Barnett is facing charges of possession of a firearm or destructive device by a previously convicted felon. If convicted, he faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in federal prison. The 48-year-old is also a registered sex offender in the state of Florida.
A follow-up now on the Orlando man accused of killing a flamingo at Busch Gardens in Tampa. A judge ruling today that Joseph Carrillo is too mentally ill to go to trial. The Hillsborough Circuit Judge issuing the order after two doctors who examined him concluded he's not competent to stand trial on an aggravated animal cruelty charge. Police reports show that during a visit to the Tampa theme park with his family last summer, Carrillo reached into an animal pen, grabbed Pinky the flamingo, and then slammed her to the ground. She had to be later euthanized. Pinky served as an animal ambassador at Busch Gardens, using her dance moves to connect with park goers. Carrillo's next hearing is set for March 22nd.
An update now on a brush fire burning in central Florida. Officials say the fire in Polk County has destroyed 9 mobile homes and killed 1 dog. It has burned some 5,000 acres in the frost-proof area. While there are no evacuation orders in place, residents will likely continue to see more hot spots, and they're being urged to stay alert. The fire broke out on Wednesday and it spread very quickly. Firefighters say it's now about 50% contained.
Mardi Gras is back in Rabonia. The event was canceled years ago due to financial constraints. Well, now organizers say the parade will come back bigger and better than ever. And as ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo shows us, this may be an economic and confidence boost for the small Manatee County community.
Well, that's right, Scott and Haley. In less than 2 weeks, Bayshore Road, the main route going through Rabonia, will be closed off for the first time in 3 years. Now, with thousands of people lining the streets for this historical event, organizers say having Mardi Gras back will be an asset to the community.
It was an annual event lasting more than 35 years.
It brings back memories, the joy.
That all of a sudden came to a complete stop. Now the community that has had a lot taken from them the past few years are now looking forward to its return. Rabonia native and event organizer Derek Randall says he could not have done it alone.
Just hard work and dedication. I mean, all coming together on a unified front, deciding this was something that we really wanted as a community.
And for an event that is now more expensive than in years past, Randall says it also needed the financial support to get jump-started.
When you bring something back that's very much wanted in the community, people come out to help. So we had a lot of donations, a lot of sponsorships that were previous sponsorships. We had some new sponsorships. A lot of people that was actively involved and wanted this parade back. So they came out and they gave lovingly and givingly towards.
With a little help and possible funds generated from this event, the community center, which is also known as the heartbeat of Rabonia, can possibly stay open, providing programs for children and adults.
Everything in our willpower, we're working with the county as one unit to make sure we can keep this center open moving forward in the future.
For longtime resident Catherine Mathis, who volunteers in the center, it won't just be county residents attending.
People come from near and far as even Georgia.
The parade starts at 11 a.m. on Saturday, the 25th of this month, and organizers say there'll be festivities that last throughout the day. Reporting in Manatee County, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Great boost to that community.
Absolutely. It's back. All right. And beautiful weather today on the Suncoast.
Yeah.
I mean, just one of those days. It's just about perfect out here. Here's Bob with more.
Yeah, and another great boost to the community of Cortez is the Cortez Seafood Fest taking place this weekend. Always a huge showing for that, too. And you can see high pressure is now slowly inching off to the Atlantic now as the storm system gathers here in the Gulf of Mexico. You can see pretty big storms out there indicated by the cloud tops on these and a little energy in the upper level of the atmosphere. It looks like the bulk of that will miss us to the north. However, I think enough will hold on to give us a chance for some showers later in the afternoon on Saturday. 68 degrees right now, no chance of rain this evening. Temperatures nice and comfortable at this hour. Dew point is at 46. That's low, making the humidity at 45%. We have a southwest wind at 7 and the pressure 30.04 inches. Evening planner looks good, although you might need a jacket or sweater this evening. You're going out for a dinner or actually leaving the restaurant. Temperatures will be into the mid to upper 50s at that point. More on your weekend weather coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Another busy end to the week for President Donald Trump and his new administration.
The president left Washington today to attend the unveiling of the new Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner in North Charleston, South Carolina. Accompanying him were his grandchildren, Ivanka's daughter and son, Arabella and Joseph. The trip comes just 2 days after Boeing workers voted overwhelmingly to reject an effort to unionize the plant. Before his remarks, President Trump toured the plant with the state's new governor, Henry McMaster. He replaced Nikki Haley, who is now UN ambassador.
The name says it all, Dreamliner, great name. Our country is all about making dreams come true. Over the last number of years, that hasn't been necessarily the case, but we're going to make it the case again.
After South Carolina, the president departed to Florida. Tomorrow, he plans to hold a campaign-style rally.
And President Trump's visits to Florida are not only costing the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office thousands of dollars for security details, these visits are also costing flight schools and other small companies at a nearby airport thousands in lost revenue. The Secret Service is closing Lantana Airport this weekend because of its 6 miles from Mar-a-Lago, where Trump has a home. This is the third straight week the airport businesses have had to close because of the president's visits. The airport operator says the fears of some of those businesses will go under because of the lost revenue.
A special meeting in Miami-Dade County today to address the federal immigration guidelines. The chairman of the county commission called the meeting to discuss Mayor Carlos Jimenez's recent order for county jails to comply with President Trump's immigration orders. The mayor's order last month sparked protests outside of City Hall, and some residents accused Jimenez of caving to President Trump, who threatened to cut federal funding to places that deem themselves a sanctuary city for undocumented immigrants. Many upset residents came to the meeting today, including children who say they're concerned about their future.
My name is Shirley Vanegas and I'm 10 years old. Within your plans, do you have an idea of what to do with me? I'm an American citizen and I'm an orphan. My father was deported.
Critics and supporters of Jimenez, who was born in Cuba, were at the meeting as well.
Well, not only does the Suncoast arts community provide great entertainment, it's also a great teaching tool for our schools.
And this week, Suncoast middle schoolers attended the opera, many for the very first time. ABC 7's Linda Carson has their reaction.
This week, 5 middle schools from Sarasota and Manatee counties attended the Sarasota opera rehearsal of An Italian Girl in Algiers.
Every winter, we have students in attendance at 3 of our dress rehearsals.
The Community Foundation of Sarasota foots the bill. Leading up to their visit to the opera, the kids study about opera in school, but it's quite different seeing it in person.
Having a live experience where you can feel the music vibrating through you, where you can see the singer without zooming in on your phone, you know, that's important. A live experience is always going to be more memorable and touching than something you see online.
This was Brookside Middle School 8th grader Susan Bromelin's first opera experience. What impressed her most?
How loud they were.
That's often the case. They're blown away by the powerful voices.
Usually, you know, sopranos, the high notes and the loud, fast runs, they never expect somebody to be able to do that with their voices. The costumes and the scenery, they're always awestruck by that portion of the production.
And how they like the music compared to the music and the performers they usually listen to, like Beyonce.
It feels like you're more interacting with them, kind of, even though you're just watching them, because they're funny and like you get to applaud and stuff, where Beyonce is just lip singing most of the time, so this is more like you're in the moment.
Her friend Audrey has seen opera before.
I think it's a very fun way to express yourself through music, and it uses dramatic arts along with singing. I'm watching the story, how they tell it through their face, so not only the music, but their expressions, their movements, how they tell the story.
Often, this kind of introduction to opera has a lasting effect.
If you experience opera at a young age, either with your school or with your family, it's a larger likelihood that as you grow older, you'll be interested in attending the art form, supporting it, participating in it.
The Italian Girl in Algiers opens Saturday, and it runs through March 25th. Beautiful music and comedy to make you laugh. You can't beat that combination. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda. And for the kids who are really into it, they have the kids opera there.
Yeah,
so
the youth opera.
yeah, so they could get involved.
They can. So to come in your Suncoast News, a controversial stance by President Trump's pick to lead the government's health insurance programs.
What she wants to change when it comes to maternity leave and health care coverage. That's straight ahead.
Many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Robotic surgery is changing medicine. The robot has better vision than a human. You can see 10 times better magnification than the human eye, but it takes a human eye to run the machine. In fact, it takes multiple human eyes to treat a patient. We've perfected the team, we've perfected the procedure, and the more experienced the team, the better the quality outcome.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Get all the safety and security of a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Patriot for just $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Main. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
Shop the President's Day event at Bacon's Furniture, where you'll find beautiful furnishings for your home at prices you will love. Look for the red tags for 20, 40, up to 70% off throughout the showroom. Save an additional 20% off our already low sale prices on Thomasville furniture. And don't forget, Bacon's has hundreds of items in stock and ready for immediate delivery. So this President's Day, shop the store that gives you more. Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
President Trump's pick to run the nation's two largest government health programs is making waves. Seema Verma testified during her confirmation hearing that insurers should not have to provide maternity coverage. ABC's Janae Norman explains how that could affect your health care coverage.
As it stands now, under the Affordable Care Act, insurers must provide maternity coverage, but Seema Verma wants to change that.
Obviously, I don't want to see women being discriminated against. I'm a woman, and I appreciate that. But I also think that women have to make the decisions that work best for them and their family.
The president's pick to head the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services said women should have options and the choice to pick between health plans that offer maternity coverage and others that don't.
Frankly, it's outrageous to think that anyone propose a health plan that did not cover maternity care. Maternity care is not optional. Maternal care is necessary for all women.
But Dr. Paul Jarvis with the March of Dimes disagrees. He says over half of pregnancies in the U.S. are unplanned, and the idea of choice in this instance could mean life or death.
That's millions of women in this country who become pregnant who hadn't planned or may have thought they didn't want to become pregnant. That's millions of babies and moms' lives put at risk because they would not at that point have health insurance coverage.
While Verma's stance on maternity coverage worried some Democrats, the Republican-led Senate is likely to approve her confirmation. Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
And now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There is a serious multi-vehicle accident in Manatee County. This is on I-75 near the State Road 64 exit, and it is backing up traffic, so do be careful in that area. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Well, Haley, the new red tide report has just come in as of today, this afternoon, in fact, and it is showing samples again of this persistent red tide from Pinellas all the way down to Collier County, and it looks like it will stick around too. You know, it really kicked up earlier this week, and that was a result of the west wind. We saw that about a week and a half ago. Same situation. Cold front came through, really kicked the red tide up, and then brought it on shore with that west to northwest wind. And we saw that earlier. And you can see it's drifting a little bit further south now, too. A little heavier concentrations there in Sarasota County, anywhere from moderate to high at times, and lesser amounts into Manatee County, but still there. As far as the red tide goes, the red indicating 1 million cells per liter, greater than that, and then very low concentrations also being reported into Longboat Key. This is a little zoom into the area right there near Lido, as well as into New Pass and Big Pass. So we still have some low to medium concentrations being reported there with several of the samples. And then down south near Venice and stretching up toward Nokomis, you can see some high concentrations being felt there all the way down to near and just south of Venice Airport. For us, we're looking pretty good. The good news is that the west winds won't be as strong behind this next system as they move in, but they will be around. Van Wezel webcam showing a beautiful day out there for the waters. Seas running less than 2 feet, really, and some high clouds occasionally moving on by. It's always a little cooler on the water when the water temperature during the winter, but this year and this season, it hasn't been all that cold because the water temperature's been right around 70 degrees. Currently at 68 degrees, and the dew point pretty low at into the upper 40s to mid 40s now. The pressure 30.04 inches. That's high, and it's slowly sinking now as this area of low pressure moves in from the Gulf. 70 was the high today, delightful day. 73 is our normal. We were right there yesterday too, right at 70. 45 the morning low, and 32 the record set back in 1996. So you see, you get the picture. 32 is a record. Normally we don't get to freezing now as we move through the mid part of February. So our freeze threat has really lessened, and this particular winter we didn't have to pull in our plants very often at all. I think there was only a couple of nights where we had even the remote possibility of some patchy frost. So yes, it has been an unusually warm winter. Well, here's the forecast model showing some rain headed in. This is at 10:30 in the morning. Look for a mixture of sun and clouds, and then it kind of fades away, then comes back at around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then should be out of here by, say, 8 o'clock. Not everyone's going to get the rain, and we'll see some showers around. Doesn't appear anything too rough. There may be 1 or 2 lightning strikes with it. And then by Sunday, it slowly sinks south. The system itself heads off to the east into the Atlantic, and we look for a better day on Sunday in terms of rainfall, but we'll still see some clouds around. And then Monday, it really warms up to 80 degrees. Well, nothing going on really with the exception of that storm system in the Gulf. The Northeast, not too bad, but out west is where it's just incredible. This is a record storm as far as rainfall goes, one of the strongest ever to make its way into California. They don't need it. They've had such a harsh winter with heavy rain and snow in the higher elevations. Look at that intense storm now into Los Angeles, moving right into San Diego, a big golf tournament taking place there, and they're going to be disrupted by those big storms. 74 in Kansas City right now. It's actually warmer there than it is here in Sarasota. So an unusual day across the U.S. Toronto, not too bad, but it's at 30 degrees. Southeast winds turn to the south at 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet, and there'll be a light chop. Light chop, too, on Sunday, so if you want to boat on Sunday, it's okay as well. Low tide will come in after midnight. High tide will be at 6:30. Tonight's forecast, a little bit warmer, but still seasonal. We'll have a low of 52 degrees, some upper 40s inland. Tomorrow, mild, partly cloudy skies, and a 30% chance for showers in the afternoon. And the extended forecast, there is a chance for rain on Saturday evening. And then Sunday looking good with a mixture of sun and clouds. Warm temperatures up until Tuesday. Another chance for rain comes Tuesday as the storm system moves in. Now, last week we were going live from the circus, and
Right.
we introed the fishing piece, and I let Dominic Bauer do it. And here he is right there. We interviewed him. I didn't know he brought his fishing pole in to the
Yes, he
circus.
did.
Yeah. And there's what he caught when I went there on Sunday to be the guest ringmaster. He came running after me. He said, I know you're here. He kept that fish in a bucket. He caught that. He used that grub right there. He showed me. He's all happy about that grub. And there's his happy father right there, too, Joseph, who was the ringmaster, the real deal there. So. And then this was a couple of weeks ago, Steve Herrick, the coach in the north end there. Actually, it's the south end of Lido, right there at the Big Pass, New Pass, I'm sorry. They were catching all sorts of fish. These guys were supposed to go with Captain Johnny, but it was so windy they couldn't do it. So they hired him.
They did
and they
well.
caught some good fish. A big pompano. On top of that, they caught huge drumfish as well, and just very successful there. So sometimes, if the wind's too strong, you can't boat, you just go to the shoreline there. And get a look at this. Captain Rob Roberts was offshore. A couple of huge cobia, Erica and Jeremy from Maine catching those. And then this is Martin Marlowe from New York, Captain Rick Grassett taking him out, catching a nice snook, and they caught a lot of trout. And this was 130 feet of water. Those are some big groupers right there. Jeremiah from Tucson, Arizona, getting those about 130 feet of water. That's well offshore. And then Mike Levy, not any relation to our director, Dave, and Ira Waldman, those are the two that were fishing on New Pass. Well, that's another one of their pompano. And I cooked some pompano last week that I caught. I got it from Ed Howard, Lincoln Mercury, whatever, Ed Howard. And he told me to use garlic butter, some butter as well as some white wine, and some olive oil. Put it on there, put some breadcrumbs, and then bake it. It was unbelievable.
Sounds
Best
so
fish I
good.
ever had.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, thank you, Ed.
Now I'm
Tastes
hungry.
even better when you catch it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the rain is fresh.
Right.
All right, Bob, thank you. Wells Fargo appears to still be struggling to recover from its sales scandal. The bank has seen a slowdown at its branches nationwide. The number of new checking accounts opened fell 31% in January compared to January of last year, and applications for credit cards were down 47%. There are some signs of stabilization, though. While checking and credit cards applications were down from a year earlier, they were up compared to the month of December.
This may be a good weekend to grab a Powerball ticket. The jackpot has surged to more than $349 million for Saturday's drawing. Although that's a lot of dough, it's not even close to the biggest Powerball jackpot ever. The winning amount peaked at $1.5 billion. Do you remember that? January 13th, 2016. You can watch the drawing live right here on ABC 7 just before our 11 o'clock newscast on Saturday. So good luck. And every time we have Powerball on Wednesday, Bob always says, I forgot to get the ticket. So we're giving you a reminder
That's
now,
right.
Bob, and everybody. Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yes.
Entertainment news is next.
Temporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
As the only certified surgeon of excellence in metabolic and bariatric surgery in the area, Dr. Joseph Chepley has performed more than 1,300 successful bariatric surgeries. Join us on ABC 7 News from 5 to 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, February 23rd. Dr. Joseph Chepley and his talented staff will be taking your phone calls as we discuss what makes someone a good candidate for surgery and the different options available to patients in our area. Thursday, February 23rd.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
A victory in court today for comedian Bill Cosby.
A federal judge in Massachusetts dismissed a defamation lawsuit filed against Cosby by a woman who says he attacked her. She made the accusation in 2014 and said the sexual assault took place in the mid-1970s. Cosby denied the allegations, and she filed a defamation lawsuit against him. That suit claimed that his denial defamed her by suggesting that she lied. Cosby is currently battling criminal charges for a similar incident that took place in 2004. Actress Nicole Kidman is sharing some personal information about her past relationships. She's revealing that she was once engaged to musician Lenny Kravitz. Kidman confirmed the engagement in a recent interview with the magazine The Edit. In the interview, Kidman was discussing her upcoming HBO series Big Little Lies, and she said she already knew the co-star Zoe Kravitz because she was once engaged to her father. Kidman is currently married to country singer Keith Urban.
At the box office this weekend, Matt Damon will try to take down Lego Batman. Damon's new monster movie, The Great Wall, is one of the big movies opening this President's Day weekend, but it's not looking good. Lego Batman, they say, should once again take the top spot. The new comedy Fist Fight, 50 Shades Darker, John Wick Chapter 2, and The Great Wall all vying to fill out the rest of the top 5.
Michael Jackson's Thriller album is still breaking records. The Recording Industry Association of America has certified the album 33 times platinum. In other words, it has sold 33 million equivalent album units. That's actual album and song sales with on-demand audio and video streams combined. The 1982 record remains the highest selling album ever, and for good reason.
Oh, it's a great, I think it's Michael Jackson at his peak.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every song on that album was a hit. I still have it at home.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it in 1982.
I don't think it gets old. The dance doesn't either.
Yep.
We'll be right back.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500 starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.